Oh, hello. Okay, hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to you from not the flight today. It is in fact the ready room. It is, of course, ready or not. Going to be doing something a bit different again. Catching crims, or hopefully, anyway, that's the end of the game. Um, Maybe done a couple of new levels, but sort of feeling for open um, rather than any of the dev levels. Maybe some of the less controversial ones from the stream. Don't get banned too soon, do we? So let's take a look. 213 Park. Let's actually go for that. Let's go 213. And this is going to be a raid or barricaded suspects. Let's try a barricaded suspect then. And let's see what sort of kit we have. Kit team out. SA-58. It is a little bit heavy. And then what we got? The red team. That's this fire team all on SA-58s. Is the blue one less lethal? They are all very much lethal. Let's switch to the secondaries of Alpha and Bravo. I shall have a less lethal team. That's Charlie. Less lethal. Taser. Delta. Less lethal. Beanbag. Shotgun. Alpha Coppin. Taser. Red. Bravo. Less lethal. Shotgun. Let's try that. I found less lethal wasn't that effective in Ready or Not. Actually, what am I going to have? Let's have an taser. Oh, I've got no mods, is it? As, okay. Does it remember them or is it a little bit? It does not. Okay, well. All right then. Taser has a laser, so you can't modify it. It's a laser taser. Bomb bag shotgun. It's lost scope on that. It's a bit overkill. Set the over barrel. Let's see if I've got. Okay. Hey. Let's have flashlight on this. They do sort of go fairly well together. That is not what I intended. Yeah, taser with the shield. Let's just shove a light into. Come on, what if I? Nice. Okay, locked and loaded. I'll stay. Mostly lethal. What's the grenade strat? We on flashbangs? Lordy. There's no element of stealth then. Okay, fine. Anti-flash it is then. And let's go. Let's dive straight in. 2:13 Park Homes, barricaded suspects. Oh, 3:30 AM. Read my Snapchat messages at the loading screen. Strange DCS content, yes. Yeah, I was a bit fed up with the joystick. I couldn't really decide what to fly, and then when I settled on Apache on 4YA, it just kept crashing. So I was just a bit, yeah, just a bit bummed out. I've spent a lot of the days doing mission development, so just a bit burnt out of DCS for a day or two. However, I will get back into it most likely. It's a Mirage F1 since it's new and shiny for 70s output. In the meantime, I've got a laser that I can't even see. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Copy. Coming to you.
Shh. Indoor voices. Let's get that sorted. Let's deploy. Have the shields out, please. Thank you kindly. Quite barricaded suspects in ages. Can't see anything. Can you put your torches on? What's going on over here? No. Nope. Who's up there? I can go this way. You can't do this. What? Have I not played this on? Have I only played this on Raid since? This side of the van? No, you go in the truck. Okay. No, you don't. What? It's stopped already. Where did I go? Oh, instructions unclear, sir. We need a sergeant on scene, please. You know, what the hell? Oh, is it through the garage? Oh man.
Post up and cover.
Okay.
All right, copy that.
That's just the one. Oh, of course. So it's expensive to be able to get down the street in order to get there. To the house that's covered. So that's open in there.
It's unlocked, sir.
Mirror for suspect.
Roger that. Mirror gun ready.
Cam light out.
Oh, don't you? Oh, controls mixed up. God's sake.
Can't do that, sir.
Can't do it. Oh dear.
Through the door and clear.
Roger that, sir.
Moving.
You better not. Yeah, good.
Moving and clear.
Roger that.
Oh, this is not going to get
Moving up.
sneaked up from behind.
Cam light out.
Good. Go to the front door.
Cover this area.
It's knock nicely. It's got a ring doorbell. And go.
Alright, Roger.
Funding Bezos'
Open
new
and
yacht.
unlocked.
Hashtag scammers on. Open it and unlocked.
Mirror for contacts.
Copy that. Mirror gun ready.
He says with a shotgun. It's hard to do rear security well on this because you need to give the instructions all the time. You need to track IR and or VR
Room
eventually.
clear.
Oh. Okay, let's open and
Move in
clear.
and clear it.
Alright, copy that. Drop that. Get your hands up.
And then where is he?
Drop your weapon. You got a rat.
Drop your weapon! Get down, I want to see hands! Restrain targets.
Good effort. Good effort.
This one's secured.
This one's been booted in the back of the head.
Shut up.
And the money is very good.
Talk to entry team. Roger, entry team. Great work.
I'll do
Keep going.
evidence. Go. It's already been reported. On that one. Good effort. That's like to say good effort to an AI. But hey,
Open, bang, and clear.
Roger that, sir.
Put the gun down! Open, clear with flashbangs.
it's not gone well. It says about the AI. Poor effort.
Readying flashbang, boss.
Look, he had the shield though. That's just gone off in the hallway. Alright.
Don't move. Stay put.
I'll pay you to look the other way.
You deserve that slap. There you go.
Suspect standing by for transportation.
This is talk. Roger, entry team. Great work. Keep going.
Trying less lethal straps. This one clear. Yeah. Good.
Move in and clear it.
Copy that. All right, moving up.
Oh, there. Same room. Oh, it is. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Can you not? Thank you. They're very good now, they move out your way.
Cover this area.
What's the most recent update, like yesterday, or was it? Mostly sound fixes again, a couple of AI bits and bobs.
Open and unlock.
But not that much. Mostly sounds. It seems to be doing a lot with sound and soundtrack and things.
Go dynamic.
Roger that.
Oh no.
Down on your knees. Stay quiet.
Shooting there, that's why I'm shooting outside through the window.
Transfer you whatever you want.
Suspect standing by for transportation.
Talk to entry team. Roger. Trailers inbound.
Cheeky, isn't it? It's a bit cheeky. Come on. Come on. Just let it better. I'm without
Light cover.
situational awareness today.
Getting there now, sir.
Anybody? Let me want to.
Jam the door.
Door jam. Here.
Let's jam that door, because I know that's the back door.
Watch ready.
Ram the door, bang the room.
Roger that, sir. Let's go ahead and knock this door.
Ready.
Confuse them.
Open it. Toss a flashbang.
All
I
right,
did.
copy that.
They don't automatically revert back to shield. That's annoying.
Police, hands up. Hands up.
Oh! Did they... Hello? Oh dear.
Police,
Not a
hands
chance,
up.
fucker!
Drop the weapon.
Oh shit, that was the
Civilian
wrong
is
button.
expired. Repeat, civilian is DOA.
Ah, okay.
Talk to element. Copy
Fuck's
that.
sake.
Suspect has expired.
Notifying morgue.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Use the door jam.
Door jam ready. Wedge here.
Hello? Anyone around? My officers okay? Lots of shooting.
Go, go, go.
Copy that.
I'm not using the torches. Come on.
All right, sir. Busting down the door now.
It's like deterrence on a small room, isn't it?
Light stick away.
Provide cover.
Roger that, sir.
Moving and clear.
Roger. It's open.
Moving up.
Provide cover.
It's unlocked, sir.
Step that up. Plug in. Hey. No. No.
Roger that.
Hello. Slightly aggressive, but okay. Step up.
All right, light stick away.
No.
Provide support on me.
Drop it now.
Drop it now! Drop it now!
Put the gun down now.
Put the gun down now! Make him secure. Restrain targets.
Secured and ready for trailers.
Contact in custody.
Hey, keep it quiet.
Yeah, close to the judge.
Great work,
Disable
entry
that.
team.
Secure the
Keep it
gun.
up.
Roger,
Secure that
on it
evidence.
now.
Consider it done.
Roger. On it now.
What's going on there?
Disable that weapon.
Roger that.
Move in and clear it.
Roger that, sir.
It's tight in here, especially with AI. There's a little bit frustrating with the AI. It's improving.
All
Oh,
right,
okay.
moving up. Light stick out.
Move in and clear it.
Moving up.
How we doing? Rescue all civilians failed. Oh. Damn it. It's 'cause I fat fingered one.
Move in and clear it.
On the move.
Oh, they're all go. Go back in here again. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, we'll seize the weapon then. Massive amounts of cash. Fine. Must be CID, not my job, mate.
Open clear with flashbangs.
Yeah, copy that.
Let's get these bangs used as well. Expiry date's coming up.
Readying flashbang, boss.
Big
It's
blue.
police. Hands up now.
No,
Come down now!
no, don't. So they're just shooting outside, aren't they?
Move in and clear it.
All right. Roger that. Drop the damn gun.
Oh, going in this way.
Drop the damn gun.
Get down. I want to see
Drop
hands.
the gun.
Drop your weapon. Police, hands up. We've got a dead suspect here.
Talk reporting. Roger that, entry team. Tag him and keep moving.
Fair dues and then stuff. Okay, well, let's people outside.
Stay on me.
All right. You got point.
Doobie doo. Yup. Jesus Christ. Shit.
We'll take care of it.
Isn't it? Hello?
Provide cover.
Getting there now.
Two down, good. And then let's.
Pick up that to provide cover. Grab the deployable.
Door is unlocked.
Take out that door and clear the room.
Let's
All
knock
right,
this
copy
sucker
that.
out.
Ah, shields went last. Good.
Cam light out.
Oh! Go again. Who's that? Who's shouting? Kill the bat. What?
Post up and cover. Use the wand.
Affirmative.
Check for
Roger.
targets.
We'll take care of it.
It's a bit cramped in here, lad.
Copy that. It's open.
Breathing.
Looks safe to me.
Looks safe to me.
All clear.
Ram the door. Deploy flashbang.
Roger that. All right, sir. Busting down the door now.
Oh. Are you in? You gonna go? Come on, they started doing this now. Just don't go in the room.
Stick out.
Goodness sake. Ugh. Mm.
Open it. Toss a flashbang.
Yeah, copy that.
Okay, okay.
Show me your hand.
Is it real?
Make him secure.
All cuffed and secure.
Hands where I can see them.
Restrain targets.
Yeah, tell it to the judge.
Talk to entry team.
This
Copy
one's
that.
secure.
Trailers incoming.
Put your hands up.
Need some support over there. Go on, lad.
Talk to element. Great work, entry team. Keep it up.
Lock up that weapon.
Roger that.
Yeah, I can't see fucking rolling here now.
Got that piece bagged.
Ah,
Go, go, go.
All right, copy that.
This is the
they're
police.
shooting through
Hands
walls
up.
now. Fucking nade over.
Hands where I can see them. Hands
Nope.
where I can see them.
Look at that.
Drop your weapon.
Yeah, man.
Ram the door, bang the room.
All right, copy that.
Let's knock this sucker.
Bang's free.
Move and clear.
Yeah, copy that.
Yes. Yeah, it's through, doesn't it? Okay, to the outside then. Since that's where they evidently.
All right, lights to go.
Oops.
On me.
I'm on your 6.
Cover this area.
Affirmative.
Pick up that device.
Affirmative.
Basically stuck on the chair.
Jammed.
We're jammed. Yeah, your legs. Ah. Oh man. Ready or not is pretty funny at the moment.
Blow the lock. Deploy flashbangs
Roger
and
that.
clear.
Blow it up, why not?
Ready flashbang.
Oh,
Open clear with flashbangs.
because I have to
Copy
do it
that.
myself.
Right, moving up.
Let's go. Who have we got? I can't see. Anyone? Oh,
Make him secure.
Contact
hello.
in custody. You have a right to remain silent.
Disable
Talk
that
to
weapon.
high ground. Great work, entry team. Keep it up.
Weapon
There's the
badge at
side
all
gate, isn't there?
contents.
Something like that.
Move to
I can't
my
remember
front.
which is in which
Need to get into
mission.
position.
Drop your weapon. Open it. Toss a flashbang.
Yeah, copy that. Readying flashbang, boss. Drop the gun.
Drop your gun. Get your hands up. Drop your gun. Don't make me shoot you.
What? Holy moly! Don't remember this bit. Is he? Ow! What the hell? What the hell happened there? I cannot see. Whoa.
Make him secure.
Contact is restrained.
Make him secure.
Suspect is secure and ready for
Secure
transfer.
that. Secure
Talk
that.
reporting.
Copy
Disable
that.
that weapon.
Roger. Trailers inbound.
Contact is secure.
Secure the gun. Disable
You
that
have a right
weapon.
to remain silent.
Disable that weapon.
Talk reporting.
Roger. On
Secure
inbound.
the gun.
Trailers
Have we lost an
inbound.
officer?
Roger that, sir.
It's going to be. What's going to be the case? This one's full. Set this one up. I kind of want to go on DCS, but I just don't know what I want to fly. Just hacked me off a bit much. Just do something different for a bit. Until I can work out what I want to do. Thought about carrier stuff, but meh. I'm gonna go with as much less lethal as possible. Totally forgot what that one even looks like, since it got kind of finished in inverted commas, with the underground tunnel and stuff, as opposed to raid mode where it's got the second house. What else would we do? What Hoken? What's in here? Allocated suspects. I can't be bothered with bomb, but hostage rescue. I think that one fairly okay. Woodley Hills, Bryce. Car dealership. Health House, they're all armed with shoot back. Those little OP to be honest. Can't really take anyone alive. Oyster Cove's a little bit the same. Gas station, petrol station. That's what two for them. What's the control station? Execute raid. Hostage rescue is on the D. Yeah, I know what that is. That's because it starts straight away. It spawns a group in front of you usually. So you start shooting, everyone hears it, and they just empty magazines into what's with it. It's pretty much impossible. Unless I've just been unlucky with where one spawns. Fast food. How's fast food look? Let's try that. Let's just try fast food. See how finished or otherwise it is. Crystal and lead. Ooh, this has come on a fair bit.
Affirmative.
to be fair.
Moving into your position.
And are refusing to cooperate. Move in. Remember your ROE. And secure the area.
Nice. Just didn't have this stuff when I was there. It's come along nicely. You just knock on the front door. Hello?
Provide cover.
Roger. We'll take care of it.
Oh, orange blocks, yes. How very Unreal Engine of you.
Good to go.
Let's just
Shotgun bang
them.
and clear.
Bang it.
Copy
So
that.
announce our arrival. If you will. Guess not then.
Ram the door. Deploy flashbangs.
Copy that.
Let's knock this sucker.
It's free.
Drop that weapon and get your hands up. Unarmed
One
contact.
person looks to be unarmed.
Drop your weapon.
anything down.
Gun down now.
Drop to your knees.
Drills. Drills.
Hands up above your head.
Drop the
Drop it.
Okay, I give up.
Ooh.
Stay quiet.
I want to talk to a lawyer.
We're good. We're good.
Make him secure.
All done. Contact is secured.
Nice.
I knew this was
I don't want to hear it.
Talk to entry team. Roger, entry team. Great work. Keep going.
Restrain targets.
Door.
Weapon and get your hands up.
Contact is restrained.
Down now.
There's an old guy walking. Oh, he's in the void now.
I know you've been through a hell of an ordeal, but it's all over now. Everything's gonna be okay.
It is not.
Talk to high ground.
Open,
Copy,
bang, and
entry
clear.
team. Notifying
Roger
trailers.
that. And the bang's free.
Oh, oh, this guy's having a bad day now. Oh, dearie me.
Drop it.
Calm down.
Calm
Please, I just want to go home.
Set off a flashbang beneath his feet and
Civilians
he's just
standing
like, calm
by
down.
the trailers.
Talk to entry team. Copy, entry
Moving
team.
clear.
Notifying trailers.
Unarmed contact.
Drop the damn gun.
Arms outstretched.
Oh, he's a very strong guy. Good go.
We've got this under control.
I just want to go home.
Civilian cuffed and prepped for evac.
Talk to high ground.
Moving and clear.
Roger. Trailers inbound.
Restrain
move.
targets.
And okay.
Talk to high ground. Affirmative, entry team.
What?
Restrain
No.
targets. Secure the gun.
Roger. This one's secure.
It's better. Oh, legs.
Civilian is secure
done?
and ready for transport.
Oh, that's not all of them.
Talk reporting.
There's
Copy,
more to
entry
them.
team.
Go, go,
Notifying
go.
trailers.
All right, copy that.
Sticky controls keys, chunks of in.
Gonna knock this door down.
Unarmed, contact.
Light stick out.
On contact one. The dude in the car park, but then. Oh. Dark in here, didn't change that, did I? Alright,
Move in and clear it.
out again.
All right, copy that.
What is he
All
talking
right,
to?
Moving up.
Hello? Anybody around?
Get down and put your hands up.
Ah. Why are you just stuck in there?
Restrain targets. Make them secure.
All done.
Everyone's
Contact
outside,
secure.
and that's the other dude over.
Contact is
Hey, don't
restrained.
worry. Everything's gonna be
Move
fine.
over
You're
there.
safe now.
Talk to element. Roger that.
Don't
Trailers incoming. Proceed with caution.
This guy now, with one remaining. Rider the Valkyrie's playing. 5 officers with shields. See a frail man walking away. There he goes.
Put your hands up.
People over here, help us!
Calm down.
I just want to go home.
Civilian is secured.
Talk reporting. Roger.
Falling
Trailers
behind me.
inbound. Right behind you.
Herding civilians now. Hardest job, police officer. Yoo-hoo! Cool.
Roger that. Closing the door.
What the? He's closing the door. I told him not to close the door. I knew this is, of course, quite an early stage level. Oh, hello. He's already been nicked, though. Go in there. No, man. Anyone?
Hands up.
Nope.
Move in and clear it.
All right, roger that.
Let's push in then. Where did they come from?
All right, moving up.
With the 2. Oh well. Oh, hello, yes. That's all good. Move. As is that. Oh, heard the door.
Through the door and clear.
Copy that.
It's a closed door. No, don't. Oh.
Open and clear.
Anyone in here? Hello? No. Negative. Oh, hello. Someone there.
Make them
Copy
secure.
that. It's open. We're good to go.
Hello.
Done. Zipped up and ready to go.
Oh, floating cuffs.
Why are
Civilian
you arresting
secured.
me?
Ready for pickup.
Talk
Yay.
to entry team. Copy that. Put them on safe.
Low light
Let 'em hang.
deployed.
Yay.
Great job.
Oh, that was an A+. Apparently. Only 8 minutes. God, that was a long 8 minutes. Man. I could have done a lot quicker with more heart going into it. Ugh. I might even... fire a DCS. I don't even know what with though. What should we fly? Are you still with us, Buttons 440? What should we... what noble steed should I commandeer, or attempt to, if it loads. Sweet. DCS. Let's fire up track IR. Its infinite wisdom. Track error. V5. Okay. Track IR's running. Let's fire up DCS. I'm not sure what's going on with servers, etc. Could revisit the Vegan campaign, I guess, or the Gazelle. Try the Gazelle. It's just the trust in my hot ass. It's atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Even in the Gazelle, like you're trying to auto hover so you can go and get Gunner C because it's not got any Gunner AI yet. And then the joystick will just cancel all the autopilots and then you're just spinning into oblivion. Which is not intuitive to, not conducive to getting warheads on warheads, as some would say. Hello again over on Twitch. Literally just switching to DCS at the moment. So we're just firing DCS. But I hope you're all well. I know who joins. And everyone else, that's not like an FU to people who aren't watching. I'm more than happy to, watch something else rather than listening to me ramble on. But, right. Let's find something. Should we try the Tomcat? Oh, the Jester winds me up. Yeah, not bad. Impact 569. Yeah, I'm not bad at all. Been a bit tired, bit of a slow day. Culminating in me now not really knowing what to go for. Fired up DCS, tried the Apache on 4YA, and it just crashes. I can't get into the server. DCS just crashes. So I'm going to try again now. Let's just update the title of the stream. DCS. What do we call it? Surprise ourselves. It's not good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been long. No, it's just been a rough few months, so try and find something to do. I did see that there's no one in the 4YA servers either, so it might be maintenance at their end, but you'd think if they're down for maintenance, they'd be down, wouldn't they? Maybe someone's pushed some code that doesn't work. Being fixed at the moment. Let's update that. See if you can update streams whilst you are in progress. I don't know if that's worked or not. I think it's like the least of our issues, isn't it, really? DCS. Let's fire up. I should go with A10. A10. Let's look at campaigns. On what server 4y8? It was. I usually go for Persian Gulf. But I did try and get in Caucasus for a giggle as well. And both times it just hung on the loading screen. So it triggered my SRS. And then SRS connected in the background, and then it just wouldn't load. It just sat frozen for a good 6 minutes because all the clocks were frozen on my Steam overlay and all that sort of thing. So it's good 6 minutes, and then it decided to die. I don't really know what's going on. Nevada, yeah, 1, but any server with 1 in, obviously that's the bot. That's the server itself. Search and rescue. Let's go to search and rescue though. I guess we're going on the search and rescue, so just double click on it. Let's have some. Let's have some DCS. Yeah, let's try some helicoptering. That is, after all, what I'm supposed to be all about. And I've done anything but really since I've started this. Attach the old track IR, stand by. Oh, professional. Here we go. This is in the Caucasus as well, isn't it? So, Katazi, Gazelle, Mill 8. What should we have? We're not allowed to fly Mill 8 anymore because I'll be cancel worthy on it nowadays. Flying a Russian helicopter and all the civvy liveries are Russian. There's Tbilisi City. Let's try this. See how long we last. Till I get bored of it. We're in. Yeah, that loaded fast. Mill 24. What for the search and rescue server? I could try, I guess. Actually, I'm going to think of it. Let's give it a bash. Let's take a request. It's a long, slippery slope when you start taking requests, especially in the Mill 24 as well. Just fired up the Huey. But I can. Where did OBS go? It's acutely away. You can't see anything. Oh no, that was a good fade. Nice. Right. Select a role. Let's be in Tbilisi if we can. Element OP. Kills T. Tbilisi. You can play as the cord gunner now. Oh. Yes. Oh. There's someone else on here. Oh, there is someone else on here. There's only one person here. I am at Tbilisi Amtal Hospital. Very nice. In a Mill 24. What colours is it? It's in Russian colours as well. In the current climate, I wouldn't even be surprised nowadays. What should we give ourselves? We are machine 40% fuel. Let's get rid of all the flares. In fact, no, let's put flares on. Why the devil not? Weapons not allowed. I think I could do anything. I can't change the livery. Oh, I don't really want to be flying over a Russian one. Let's be honest. We can give it a bash. Where are we? Tbilisi. Beautiful. First again, how many windsocks did you need? Every man and his windsong. That's good. What? That's going to be a good 30 odd knots. But Control Shift Y to get rid of that, even though you can't see it anyway because I stream in 1080, but my screen is 1440. I'll let this fire itself up while I brief myself.
Отказала основная гидросистема. Лог РИ-65 исправен.
Who is talking to me?
Отказал насос расходного бака. Отказал генератор.
Ah, I hear that one quite a lot. I'll Guinea out. What have we got? A fair bit nearby. Let's do F10. Display closest star missions. Can I just the rope length? A 40-meter rope. Closest star missions. 186 for 26 kilometers. Let's go for that then. Car accident. Deary me. Let's drive more carefully then, shouldn't we? A join request. Yeah, go on in. It's Cord Gunner. Can you fit in as Cord Gunner? Let's have a look. Does it fit? Katase Clinic ran out of medical supplies. Ooh. Could do medical supplies instead. Where would I pick up medical supplies from? Zero kgs of supplies. 6 transport. Fully load helicopter for med transport. I don't think that's it. Yeah, 186 for 26k. Flasher? Good lord. Let's have a... Let's get the F on. Bicycles, yes. Better. Good. Quality potential. Formation. Good. And yeah. Have lights. Cool. Right, controls. Cool, it's battery side. What's this one? Good. Hey, that goes into wind, doesn't it? Let's stick. Let's get sure you're on. Good. Okay, collective comes in nice and slow to get nice and light. Because in this wind, probably shouldn't be doing too much flying. Good. Cool. Okay, so we're looking out then. To right. And we are going to go out from between these buildings and then curve out to the right into wind. Just got some options. Good. That in mind then. This climbs around 120, 130. Gets left up. Behind, we'll clear out and let's proceed on course. Don't get too high, what with the weather. And you don't get too fast either, so certainly in the UK, legally you can fly in next to no visibility, but you have the ability to fly slow as you need. If you need to fly 10 knots inside the ground, then so be it. Obviously aircraft don't really have that privilege. Obviously insurance companies and insurance companies and operators, etc., will have their own strict criteria on that. Plus your own personal minima, which everyone should have and know and get comfy with. Do this with a twist whip. It's not the most sensible option. A little bit of sass, stability augmentation. Look at it go. Yeah, we're losing that viz quite quickly if we saw direction headed in. Yes, I'm done now. Cool. Yeah. 189. 189 for 20k. Hope I don't have to sling in this one, because I've never slung anything in 24. And that is rapidly coming down visibility wise, so that's a bit of instrument flying here. But that is okay if we are trained and authorized, even if our map would suggest otherwise. That's amazing, isn't it? Like the old The old tape on a map, like navigation used to do. It's fantastic. We'll climb a bit, we're a bit high from what I want there. So I'll bring the speed back. Just losing visibility, so bring that back. Lower bit of collective. Excuse me, hold us there. Katasi Downtown Clinic. It's medical supplies. We can try and do that next. I don't know where you would get it from. MCAC still trying to get in. Let's have a look. So now give that a try. It wouldn't let me change anything on the aircraft when I was there. Not even the livery. Might be to do with the country if it's not in as like CJTF. It might not have any liveries available. I've been looking out to the side, obviously it's a little bit bad for light, but we've got some vis to the left. It's not amazing from out front, but get that gradual descent on. Couldn't see at the rear. Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah, it's, to be honest, you can't really see out the front either. In the conditions, it's not too bad though. It's a good thing about helicopters, just slow it down, take time. Nice. Let's hook her right then. I think there's some more rain in front of us. It looks rainy, it's probably just a cloud touching the ground, but friction of the collective. Yeah, I might try some sling loaded in there soon. Hey, Simulator fan over on YouTube. How you doing? Good to see you back. You have caught me just at a time when I have switched back to DCS. I couldn't decide what to fly tonight, so I ended up doing a bit of ready or not, but then I got fed up with the AI and that, which has been particularly rubbish of late. Where are we? I'll show you where we are. Down by Manueli, in Georgia. The site of what should be one of the biggest and best bases on the Caucasus map. Alas, it is not. Manueli Air Base is quite extensive. I got ready or not as well, NCAC. Yeah, I really like it. I really liked SWAT 4. I like what they're doing with it. I appreciate its early access and things. Just some releases are just way more buggy than others. And at the moment there just seems to be a lot of AI bugs introduced and things. Popping smoke, there you go. Let's pop that right hand orbit in then. So we've got wind direction. It's approximately 12 o'clock now, so it's from about 230. So that's going to be our final approach path, hopefully, if possible, but can't always guarantee it. And there it is off our right wing. Let's reduce the collective a bit more, maintain our height with some backstick, and release the SAS about 20 degree back there. Keep this on our right hand side. It's a shame you can't reduce the intensity of smoke, because most smoke grenades like that are going to be looking more like what's coming out of the chimneys. But to be honest, if that was there, I wouldn't land into that. What's happened there? My entire SAS has disabled. There we go. Excellent. That's most likely the handiwork of the X56. Exceptional bit of kit. And we give ourselves a bit of a downwind leg now that we've seen it. Oh, we've got flares now. And we're trying not to lose too much speed in the turns, but now we want to be slowing back. Is the Mil-24 hard to fly over on YouTube from Simulator Fan? Yes. I wholeheartedly believe it is, yes. Way more difficult than the Mil-8 for something that's like whatever stupid percentage it is, like 80% of the same running gear. It's basically just a body kit for the Mil-8. It is far from easy to fly at all. Once you get the SAS on and once you're moving, it's kind of fine, but it's like low speed handling and stuff. It's absolutely terrifying. Don't you think? So why's the gear now come up? I guess it should be down. So we kind of want to be looking just to the left of these houses here. Yeah. Arresting that descent rate now. We start losing translational lift, or let's bring in more collective. And you can actually see over here, that is almost a hover-o-meter. Oh shitting hell, while I've zoomed in, there you go. Ah. That's why I need to look where you're going. Don't stream and fly. I'm trying to show things to people. Which server? So I'm mucking about on a search and rescue server. I haven't been on that in a long time. And yeah, the VRS is way overzealous on DCS. It's nowhere near as powerful armor. I mean, it's as powerful. It's dangerous, but you don't really think about it. Will I fit ourselves and the car crash in here? I think we might. Slashing fragment. Good. And the fly planes, yes, it's fair enough. I only wanted to fly. I wanted to do fixed wing as a career, and then rotary on the side, sort of maybe a bit of helicopter instruction for a giggle. It's more of a hobby, but then life just kind of turns out the other way around. In the end, it's even doing a helicopter career now starting fixed wing on the side again. The helicopters in DCS, they're hard in a good way, in that they're fairly well done. This or X-plane, most likely. I'm intrigued, and kind of the point of the channel eventually is to see what Microsoft Flight Simulator does in terms of the helicopters. I'm not overly hopeful. I think it's going to be butchered like most of the simmers, but we shall see. We shall see. I mean, there'll be a bit of variety stuff on here anyway, but the helicopters that are in at the moment I don't get on with at all. So it is a shame. There's a few already there, maybe when helicopters become part of the base sim, hopefully in November, if it's not delayed. We're getting a Cabri, which is good. More power to the Cabri. I loved flying the Cabri. Great little aircraft. Kind of capable, like it's probably a little bit underpowered. But yes. What isn't nowadays? It's like men with sheds. Once you get a shed, and then you buy a second shed for more stuff, and you just fill that as well. Same sort of thing. The helicopters add more power, add 5 blades onto the H145 or something, and then you fill that capacity, and you're like, oh, if only it had more capacity. And you're like, yeah, you just filled it with stuff. So people perpetually argue about how underpowered their helicopters are. Leaning more towards the Apache, yeah. Apache as a first module. I mean, if you're going to put the time in to kind of get used to it, then Apache would be fine. Apache, certainly from my perspective, Apache is way more difficult to handle than the Mil-24. In the end, it makes Mil-24 look like a dream. If anything, the Apache, all its release served to do for me was get me to understand the Mil-24. So actually, I fly the Mil-24 a bit more often, and employ it quite a bit better, I think, as well. When the fire control radar's on the Apache, that will be a bit of a game changer. At the moment, you need line of sight on everything, so pop up, try and laser SAM or something, and it's unless you got someone buddy lasing for you, or a forward air controller, or JTAC. Unfortunately, you're just going to end up getting shot, because as soon as you can see them, they can see you. This is a bit more like it, isn't it? Refuel, 100% fuel. Let's defuel a bit, give ourselves a bit of performance. Can I fly the Apache next? I can try, yeah. I'll try the Apache on 4YA again. I was just struggling to get into the servers before, and I think everyone was, because they only had the one person in each one. And that obviously is the that's the server itself. So let's F10, let's play close to SAR bases. 185 for 26. Yeah, right. Let's roll. I tried Hoggett servers. Flytrapster, hello again. Nice to see you. I have tried the Hoggett servers. I get at most 10 FPS on the Hoggett servers. They are absolutely unusable for me with the frame rates. It's the sort of thing I'd like, though. The that sort of persistent whole map campaign. That's what I do like doing. So just coming into the hover check, we're trying anyway, it's a bit hard out of wind, so nudge forwards, tail clear. It's naturally right swinging helicopter, so we want to pop that left turn instead. You always turn against your power pedal. Face it into wind, and now we can move back on ourselves. Now that we know it's safe because we've looked. You get usable. Yeah, I don't know if it's server side or it might be like my CPU or something, but you think, yeah, if it's server and all the servers are beefy enough to do all the calculations at their end, then the FPS wouldn't be such an issue. But the Georgia at War servers and stuff, Syria at War, yeah, it's a real shame because I have tried being on there and I just got shot down instantly because I was single-digit frames. Over on YouTube, wondering if we can be gunning the Apache in single player. Yes, you can indeed. And you sort of control the pilot. You give him instructions from a little menu, and that's developing quite well actually. What we're pulling at the moment torque-wise. See, I don't want to zoom in on a control here because actually it's very difficult to do. Let's try it quickly. That's how we just crashed a Mil-24. So we're only at just under 30, so 26%. Or 26, whatever. There's not percent in here, is it? 26 psi. So we've got loads of spare power to play with. Let's try a... let's do a vertical straight out takeoff. So we're going to look clearing turn. I'm going to turn with the power pedal. Big no-no. But who cares? It's not real. We are clear. And then let's rip to maximum torque. Get to that 200 feet. Start nudging forwards, but do not cause a descent. Still climbing. Get that speed on. 30 knots. And 40. Good, let's turn en route. I tried the 4YA. Yeah, the 4YA servers are normally better performing for me. So a group of around 3 or 4 of us from the same mutual server, we'd kind of go off ourselves and go on 4YA quite a bit. The 4-year stuff, yeah, it's good. I just found it's a similar thing, but it's much more manageable with the frames. And it's a hell of a lot less busy as well. Like I've always been in a bit of a queue to get into. But hey, that's the wrong button. In the QE. What have I done? Reset the trim instead of trimming. There's different controls for each helicopter. That's more like it. If anyone is looking for helicopter recommendations though, particularly yourself, simulator fan, the Huey is, I think, a good starting helicopter to try and learn. The Apache is getting better as it's developing. So the Apache has got its auto hover and things now, making it a lot more easy to employ. Because before, when you were trying to hover it yourself and manage all the systems, it's pretty impossible. So you're having to go into some sort of CAS wheel and then keep it flying, but then you can get a small window and then the laser's never on target because, yeah. It's a bit of a mess. Good fun though, it's a good opportunity to get used to kind of manually flying the aircraft. It is about 180. How long for? 181 for 20k. Not bad. Not bad. We know the wind is from about 230. Gonna rip along We've got a bit more power to give as we come up. What's that N2 speed? Proper chopping going on here. Good noise. Although it's starting to become a slightly inappropriate amount of speed for the conditions, given that that is a wall of cloud and rain. Similar principle with helicopters as it is for advanced driving, so well, say advanced driving. It shouldn't be advanced driving, it is any driving. Just stop in the distance, you can see. So if you're going to fly blind, that's just silly. So you need to be in a position where if you dump collective and pull back in a quick stop, then you're going to stop the aircraft. Just assume a brick wall is going to come out of there, because there could be anything hidden in that fog that you need to stop for as soon as you see it. So otherwise you end up doing a Kobe Bryant, or rather Kobe Bryant's pilot, and that's obviously not healthy for anyone involved. I'm going to leave a bit of a descent on. Comfy with the flatness of the terrain here. We're going to Manueli. Yeah. It's a shame we've not got Manueli Air Base or something. The Cox's map is ripe for a rebuilding in their new engine with the Marianas, but we shall see. There's a Nellis actually. Nellis could do with a bit of an upgrade, maybe even an expansion down to Edwards. That'd be asking too much, wouldn't it? Defense of Afghanistan is almost due. Oh, here we go. Approaching retreating blade stall sort of speed. So now our retreating blades just starting to get a bit too fast. There you go. That's good. Demonstration of some principles of flight for you. Yeah. Let's keep it around 100 knots or so. Find a 100 knot attitude. Be about there. Trim for it. Not bad. 104. Oh, that's something kicking the engine torque there. Is that my joystick trying to cut throttle? Le garbage. Oh, hello, don't text and fly, people. There's some of the actually no, I won't say that. Not on the stream. I had a story of some interesting flying over the weekend. Sounded great, but I'm maybe not going to share that. We say. Aimcac, you don't have the Huey. Fair enough. The Huey is okay. It definitely needs an update. Definitely needs an update. There's a very interesting thread, like legitimately interesting. I don't say interesting all the time. It's actually not. A bit like James May or something. But there's a really interesting thing on. It's a bit of a roast of the Huey but in a nice, constructive way. It does show that it's meant to be a UH-1H. This is actually a mishmash of about 4 or 5 different types of Hueys, like the blades of one, the tail boom of another, the tail rotor of another, the body of a different one. It's not especially good, actually. Not the freeware. No, this isn't a free Huey. I didn't even know there was a free Huey. There is one. I know there's a free Black Hawk, which is quite good, and there's a free Chinook as well. Frank and Huey, yes, that's essentially what this is. Yeah, it's like Wallace and Gromit built a Huey out of some scrap. Black Hawk is free. Yeah, I hear good things about the Black Hawk as well. I hear good things about the Black Hawk for Armour 3 as well. Didn't realise the Chinook's barely functional though. And probably better off with Armour 3 there. For that one. You can see 2 smokes now. Yeah, embarrassing. I'll pick myself up from the first one. This time I'm not going to be cocky and try and show bits off to you as much as I want to with this channel. Actually, it's harder than it looks. So we've half evaluated the site already. We are on a downwind leg now, helpfully provided by the smoke. So you want to come back to VY. Is it raining in the cockpit? Possibly. I haven't noticed. I don't think it's coming through in the render, actually. But it's not rendering on the windscreen, which is sad. You know, functional wipers would be nice. MCAT wants to see the AH1. Yes, AH1 Cobra. People forget about the Bell Simtech stuff. So AH1 Cobra, F4 Phantom, and I keep pressing the wrong button. That's why I can't trim. For God's sake. Yeah, Phantom, Apache, and Cobra were all due not long after the F5 and the Huey. If you go back and look far enough and deep enough, because they were Bell Simtech projects before they merged with ED. So then they kind of merged with ED and it all went a bit quiet. And it went essentially totally dead. But an AH1 of some sorts was meant to be in there. I'd like to see an AH1Z, obviously. I think we all would. But obviously that's probably going to be quite classified still. But that said, so's the Apache, right? Apache's still in service. I know it's moved over to AH64E now, but still a lot of Ds in service, and the differences are mostly software, so it's going to be fairly similar. F4, excuse me, yeah, the F4 is being done by Hitman now, and it's quite far along. So a bit of me does, you know, wondered at the time, is that a completely fresh project, or are they picking up from where ED slash, you know, Bell Simtech left off? I mean, that was a while ago, so I think by then they'd get links to reference material and then access to the aircraft separately. But being a different company, I know they've just done the video of them at the museums and things, getting reference shots and scans of Phantoms. And now just keep that 300 FPM on. Hey, it's this wind. And ever so slowly down. Just trying to weather cockers. But yeah, Phantom and AH1 are both projects which were supposed to be with us a long time ago, but they merged with ED and they all went quiet. So, but it would be nice to see them come in. I mean, if F4 Phantom, you know, with the time difference, it may as well be done from scratch. Tail clear. But you know, the thought of it being there and in the product line is very good indeed. Yeah, the Vietnam era one's quite early. You know what? A bit of me thinks if we do get one, that's what era it will be. So a friend of mine I used to fly a lot on 4YA with starts in the Air Force next week, and he kind of joined the dots, which I couldn't really believe I hadn't before. I must admit. It seems like everything's gearing up for a Vietnam map. There's a lot of Vietnam era stuff come thick and fast, and it's all even the stuff in the pipeline, like the Corsairs, like the A7 and the A8. We've got Tomcats, and Huey's going to be getting a redo, as is F5. Everything seems to be just gearing up to Vietnam at the moment. So I think, and obviously the Marianas being a very tropical, jungle-tested map. Good night to Simulator Fan over on YouTube. Thanks for sticking around, mate. Yeah, hope you well. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Yeah, I think the Marianas are essentially a tech demo for a Vietnam map to prove performance. Thank you, Simulator Fan. Yeah, I will do. I've just picked myself up from earlier, so got to go to the original accident now. Yeah, Marianas are quite feasibly. It's all this big. Essentially, myself and a friend, we just came to the conclusion it's all one big Vietnam conspiracy at the moment. Like Marianas is quite clearly a tech demo for a Vietnam map, so we see what we can perform, like how almost like the technology for doing a fully forested map and just testing performance and how to do the coastlines and all that sort of thing. We've got Intruder coming. Oh, wrong bloody button again. I keep using the wrong button for trim. In fact, you know what? I can't pause it. I'm going to swap my trim button back because I moved it and now I don't like it. Because I keep going for it and it's not there. So standby caller. Let's put this into some semblance of trim. Right. Plus controls. That is now going to be center view. Why is that even center view? Oh god, find the trimmer. Let's do that. Center view. God, that's so much better. Mirage F1 and the MiGs. Yeah. There's a few MiGs on the way still, aren't there? There's like MiG-23. Another dead project from the forums, like the Backfire. Someone, I'm 99% sure someone said they were doing a MiG-25 Foxbat, which would have been outrageous. But that's just another project that basically went dead. Like the Tu-22. Did I not pick up the second unit? Oh god. Worst rescue team ever. Fly away and come back again. International rescue. Well, there we go. That was an extended site recce for everyone. Have all the Hueys apart from Huey and Apache? Yeah. I think Huey is Huey worth getting now? I don't know. I think Huey's worth getting. I would say that because I've got all of them apart from the World War II and the Korean stuff. Just because I do World War II in IL2, and I just don't really want to cross the streams, as it were. Maybe one day I'll get the DCS World War II stuff, but it's a bit too expensive for what it is, I think. This somewhere around here, not in the trees, within 100 meters. Yeah, I know. Let's pop this in here, shall we? I think we'll have a power, because you have no feel against it. Like trying to fly on a hot ass like this is absolutely horrendous as well. I can't stand it, like twist grip, like the collecting all in one place, you've got no feel. Ugh. Which is a shame. I'm kind of doing this a bit, maybe be able to get a bit more of a decent rig out of it, and there we go, that's a nice touch down. Pick up a shed load of units. How are we doing? F10, display cargo status. 8 units, carrying 5. 500 kilos, out of that. So is everyone gone from here? Okay, where's the nearest hospital then? Is it Tbilisi? I think it is going to be Tbilisi, isn't it? F10. Space. Tbilisi, yeah, 6 degrees, 26k. Cool, capacity 10 out of 1,000. Is that what's left, or? I don't know. Mid 1921, nice, yeah. FC3, yeah, so I got FC3, I recommend it as most people's first module. Although it's gone up in price a lot. But I think it's still fairly good value. Let's curve that out into the wind now. Boom. Level, and right. On to north. Let's nam it back. I'm in the nam mood now. Treetop level. Yeah, FC3, I like. They're supposed to be doing their modern air combat thing, aren't they? As well, which hasn't materialised. I don't want it to detract from DCS, but they'll be on console, who knows? Is it going to be something that's worth getting in general? I'm not sure. As in, like, is it going to be Flaming Cliffs 4? In which case, you know, it'll be the same aircraft, just with clickable cockpits and things instead, but the same amount of systems depth. Maybe that would still be okay. Gonna buy the Apache? Yeah, I think the Apache's worth it, certainly now. Like, the features are coming thick and fast. The Apache is just one of my all-time favourite aircraft. I think everyone loves an Apache, don't they? And I think it's the best environment to have it in at the moment. I'm not sure what the MicroPro's AH-64 announcement was all about. Is Jane's Apache going to come back? But then you might as well have kind of got it here, haven't you? In a full open world environment. So don't really know there. It is a bit of a tough one. I find Apache okay. I just don't like its flight characteristics. It's absolutely horrendous. I've never had the pleasure of flying an Apache IRL, so I can't really comment on whether it's shocking to fly like it is on this, but I struggle to believe it's that bad. Like, well, it's hideous. It's just so all over the place, like mind of its own, like all the, you know, even with all the sass on, sass off, you just can't get a grip of it at all. And it seems to fly perpetually out of trim. Always, he says, flying out of trim now, but that's not the point. The whole bloody thing just flies out of trim all the time. And it seems weirdly underpowered. But what do I know? Might as well just go straight up, actually. Let's go straight north. Rather than up the river. Especially since there's no one else here. You get the ingress and egress routes for JESIP, Joint Emergency Services Interoperability Protocol. So there are standards at major incidents for coordinating multiple air ambulances, but in the UK, including a frequency, which I can't remember now off the top of my head. There's 125.3, something like that. There we go. You don't use trim. Oh, scrapped. Trim is like amongst the most important things in an aircraft. I find in the I find when you do use it, you don't when you do use trim. So if I reset the trim in this, you lose full range of motion. So because you're translating what is a force trim system onto a stick that's self-centering, you kind of have to move it almost like my caterpillar of the kneeboard in one of my other streams. So you need to go fully forward, trim, bring it back to center, then push fully forward again and retrim it again in order to get the full range. So you need to trim in bits. So you trim a bit, move the stick back to center, and then trim a bit more, move it back to center. It's just very irritating. Whereas in real aircraft, you just pop force trim and the stick will just stay where it is. A few people modify their sticks to be to behave like a helicopter's, and a handful of fixed wing aircraft, but not many, by comparison anyway. But force trim is probably your most common type of trim for helicopters, actually. Just get magnetic brakes holding the stick in place so it doesn't go back to center when you trim it. The trim just holds the stick in the center. But trim is very important in helicopters. I find anyway. I mean, I never trimmed, hand on heart, I never trimmed until I was flying IRL and realised how important trim was. Like when I was flying on flight simulators and things, like when I was a kid, I'd just hold the stick there with speed and just assume that's what everyone did. Because it was another button, it was too complicated and you just didn't understand how to actually use trim. But now I do, you learn the value of trim, the importance of trim and all that. And it's good. In helicopters it's good for power management, especially rudder trim. So without falling into the same trap I did earlier, plummeting this into oblivion, I'm going to try and trim this back to the centre. There we go. So you've got the ball here, which is your trim ball. which when it's centered, it should be your most efficient power. The most efficient cruise. When you're out of trim, especially in aircraft like the Cadbury, you do notice, especially if you're at the top end of your power, that you're using a lot of power. Just like in the Apache. The Apache is quite a good example for that. And you can be flying along, if it's out of trim, be sat in the box at like 9900 or 130% power. You fly it in trim, and that'll come back down to 90 for the same speed and things. It's very much the same in the Cadbury. You'll be up at like 90% power the whole time, thinking, "Oh man, that's heavy today," and then just look at your trim, and you're flying basically with half left pedal input, and you're just like, "Oh right, let's fix that then, shall we?" And the aircraft kind of aerodynamically, when it is trimmed out, when it's trimmed out, it's just so much nicer to fly. It's doing what it's naturally wanting to do, rather than you trying to force it to fly cockeyed or something. Doing a helicopter lesson in Austria. Wow, fantastic. I want to fly in Europe, preferably Switzerland, but Austria would be nice as well. I'll most likely never fly again now, certainly not commercially. But certainly going to Switzerland, doing a bit of self-fly hire if I was able. But the problem now is, being in the UK, the validity of European licenses with the Brexit affecting EASA agreements and things. So we'll have to see what happens there. But Austria would be a really nice place to fly, yeah. I think a lot of them have their own mounting courses. One of my instructors was Swiss. He was French Swiss, and he had a full Swiss mountain rating and everything. Hey, let's get this in. Whoa, it's spicy. That is the wind direction. Good. But yeah, heli lesson in Austria would be really good. Do you know what sort of type you'll do it in? Most of the time it tends to be a Robinson of some sorts, but there's but it might well be in Cadbury. Cadbury is getting quite common now. It's a good learner helicopter, and it's a good professional helicopter, but it's good for learning in, because it's quite forgiving. The only people who disagree are people who've flown Robinsons all their life before, who press the wrong pedal when they're training and then crash it. A lot of them did crash at first, the Cadburys, but that's because that's more the pilot than the aircraft. Gently, gently, gently. Oh. You thinking about doing one? Yeah, nice. I think if you get a chance, do one. Even just a trial lesson. It'd be half an hour. I know the thing with helicopters is the cost. Like proportionately compared to any fixed wing aircraft. You're paying like twin turbine money, like twin turbine fixed wing money to fly a small piston engine helicopter. In the UK, it's around £500 an hour. So you can get a trial lesson, which would probably be about £300. I'm not sure what that's be in euros, but I think it can be worth doing, especially if you're into simulators like this. It can give you a bit of understanding and a bit of application of what you know. You can kind of mix the two a little bit. Obviously, you struggle to be on the same type, but hopefully Microsoft Flight Simulator, fingers crossed, will be good enough for that in the not too distant future. Is that the hospital? Yes. And there we go. So, which hospital is whinging about? Not enough supplies. Is it Kataisi? And there should be a depot so you fly supplies in. I'm not going to transit all the way there. Not going to say I can't forward. In fact, what time is it? It's quite late. However, see what we can do. Select role. Let's go to UH1 in Kataisi West. Kataisi. Let's try that. Doobie-doo. Uh, 99 for 7k. Okay, where has the hospital that needs the supplies gone? And then the supplies on this are at depots, are they not? Depot. Whether that may be, because they're banged from their economy. Slightly disconcerting. 51 takeoffs, 49 landings, 3 crashes. Oh, that's my personal statistics. Oh, cool, it remembers me. Yeah, Kataisi, where's the factory thing? We get parts then. So I'll try and resupply the hospital. Who's this? Georgian military. Ah, there you go. Kataisi Downtown Clinic ran out of medical supplies. Excuse me, dry. Closest bases? Is that going to be it? Aha! Hospital Factory. 101 for 37k. So whip out the old measurement tool. 101 for 37k. It's about 21 miles, yeah. Ah, okay. So we follow the river. Should we do that? Yeah. Let's do a bit of resupply. Let's do some good. I found out Kataisi South. Emergency call at Amber region. The panic. What's the menu? Let's do 8, 1. Well, I think something's a little bit bugged with this. Let's instead choose Kataisi Downtown. Actually, at the hospital I'm meant to be at. Because some of these, it seems that there's not the right correlation for so you can't fuel or anything like that. Does this work as well? F8? No, it doesn't. What? Yeah. It's like 420 this time, already has 69.
Request rearming.
How much fuel should I take? No, it's not going to refuel the aircraft. What? Is that because it's out of supply or something silly like that? What is the status? 10. Uh. 6. F. Yeah. Hospital. Daisy Downtown. That's what I'm on. Right. Okay, this has 0 supply, so let's defuel as much as we can. I would calculate the fuel flow in the distance and all that sort of thing, but I can't be honest. So I don't actually know how much fuel I'm going to need to get there. But it's going to be half, isn't it? To be honest. Not that I can change the amount of fuel anyway, because ground crew is disabled. But why? 420. I'm only on 30% fuel, so. Is it going to say enable? Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to auto start. Do that. Oh, it's got a green pan. Very nice. So the pitot heat. Flashing exterior. As we should be. Yeah, I do miss helicopters. I'm speaking to someone at the moment, trying to just keep a hand in on the very smallest of off chances I can get back in. Because you don't need a medical technically to have a lesson, so literally just going up with the instructor and just being supervised while I'm flying. Obviously then that's all cost and all that sort of thing. All it takes is the aviation authority to turn around and say, no, it's the same as you said before, you're still never going to fly. You can't have your class 1 medical back. That would be a bit of a waste of money. Because even if they say then, but you can have a class 2, even an unrestricted one, then that's all well and good, but I'm not a rock star, so I don't fly to work in the morning or something, so what would I... This is a very small element of what would I do? So I can use PPL privileges to just hire a helicopter myself and go somewhere. But it's like, where would I go in a helicopter? Nowhere that I wouldn't get a train to, or something, or wouldn't drive to. Or if I did want to go somewhere in a helicopter, it would probably be Switzerland or Austria, funnily enough. It's 2 of my favourite places. So then, what do I do then? So it's just all a bit... Now I've lost the commercial element, it's all a bit pointless. Let's see. But we'll see. It'll be nice to keep a hand in. I've got a fixed wing instructor working towards now. It just means going properly back to basics, because I started out on fixed wing way back when. Right, my rambling. Now my illustrious co-pilot has done his lovely job. So we don't call them co-pilot in UK HEMS, we call them TCM, the technical crew member, which is a posh way of saying that it's one of the paramedics or doctors, but they're also vaguely flight trained in navigation and co-piloting. So, wind from the back, again, it's testing this time, isn't it? So as the collector comes up, we're going to want that left pedal, and a little bit back, a little bit left on the stick as well, to counteract that force, way more left twist. And you're going to need a lot this time, yet you're going to want to counter that wind. Nice and gentle. Ah, yes. IG hover, a couple of feet. Much good. What we pull in from the back, 26-ish. A little bit forward, tail clear. Whip that round. Whee. Let's face into wind. See how much power we're using here. We'll get this steady for you. Hopefully it's a good example of what I was just talking about earlier. No, it isn't. Nah. It's about the same, sadly. That would normally be quite a lot less. Trying to hover into wind uses so much less power. I'm sat here now pulling the same amount, if not one psi less, 25 instead of 26. We've got a nice route out of here. Not really. Over the trucks. Left. Nah. So let's just rip. I'm going to say we did our clearing turn, make sure our strokes were solid, good. Yeah, let's just rip then. Up to maximum pull, 200 feet. Tip forward. Enough to still keep a climb on. Good, we've got our 60 knots, keep the 60 knot attitude on. Climb on, and now we can start turning left on course. I'm going roughly southeast. I'm instinctively now I've switched it to the button I was instinctively pressing for trim. I'm actually not pressing the wrong button. Oh, there's a mission right around the corner. Well, same with Ready or Not and policing. Preservation of life comes first. So, MCAC 569, Gun Sleep. Thank you very much for sticking around. It's been a pleasure. Look forward to seeing you next time. Hope you sleep well. Look after yourself. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. Good night. Is this gonna... Oh. Well, this is in a forest, so... How close do I have to be? Oh no. God. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, there's too much smoke there. Man. I might have to do this slightly out of wind, but we don't just do it. Hover. No, we can hover above the unit to pick it up. Okay. Man, just hover into Huey though. Let's give a bit of a downwind leg. Or can I land in this clearing and make them walk? Okay, this is testing me now. No references. Hover above the unit. Whoa, that's dangerous. Smoke. 2 o'clock, 60 meters. How close do I have to be? 38, yes. Now hovering above the unit. How long's my rope? Oh no. $29. 22. 24. Cozy. Over here. Oi. Was that the tail hitting a tree? That's why this is dangerous, because we're in smoke. Oh my god. Not happy with this. I think this is like 45 meters. How long's my rope? I don't know. Need to clock for 47 meters. 9 o'clock for 41. Using those near and far references. Picking a tree, any tree. There's power lines out in the distance, try and line up a tree on that. And the same for the side. 10 meters? Come on! I think I need to set the rope length longer in the F10 menu. Oh well, we tried. Sorry, lad. Plus, I can't even take you to that hospital because it doesn't have supplies, so... Actually, I'm gonna need to head down here first, so we head to the river. Yes. I can hear you, popping smoke. Yeah, I don't care. Can't do anything, pal. Yeah, good. To the river, then left. We need to do a Huey with the GPS in. I'm not sure if this has the GPS. Now where's this potato river gone? Because it's going to look like a road. It's just going to look like a small black line. Given this map is basically a low map one. Is that the river? Quite. Here it is off to the left. There we go. Now we can cut this corner off to the left. Let's set this at 90 degrees. We've got power lines, yes. Where'd the power lines go, actually? Oh, the power lines go there as well. Cool, follow them then. That's a more as the crow flies feature. Oh, there's some fire on that hill. That's a big fire. I believe Georgia does actually get really bad wildfires. So we used the Mill-8s, one of which just crashed actually. I think killed like 10 people in the past week or so. But normally when they're not crashing, they do quite a bit with their sort of interior security, like police, fire, ambulance, you know, it's the government Mill-8s. That's a shame, it's out of Tbilisi, I think. Alexivka. There you go. Back to familiar territory, the old power line inspection work. There's a Bell 429 doing this a few weeks ago near where I was working. all the way down to 60. Try and get this in some sort of state. Nice. Thank you to Soho and 3FO, presumably Soho that is, or Boho, and NameCat569 for the follows. Much appreciated. Thanks for sticking around. I can't see the notifications, I can only see the chat. So apologies for not calling out the follows earlier. So I'll take a moment to have a quick look. Whee! Not allowed to do this either, it's a bit naughty. I'll do at least one supply run, but I might well head to bed after this. It is somewhat late. I was up till, was it like well after 4 this morning? Couldn't sleep. So I got up again and went on Hitman 3 till like 4 in the morning from midnight. So there's going to be a factory on the end of this somewhere. Another email from LinkedIn. Shouldn't complain. Yeah, it's going to spit me out at the end of here, and that is basically the supplies. Am I on my own in the server? Shift Y. Shift Y. Y. Oh! What did I just do? Oh, no. I've just done something bad. I think I disabled my battery. Was it? Or the alternator? Shit. What does Shift Y do in the Huey? Quick. Emergency control check. Diagnostic control for Shift Y. Inverter. Okay, yeah, I thought it was something like that where the electrics went off. Okay, that's fine. The inverter's back on. Shout outs for what an inverter is then. Anyone knows in the chat? What that's going to do. Bit of user engagement, there we go. I'm going to tell you anyway whether you like it or not in a few minutes. By all means, feel free to shout it out yourself. Audience participation, since we can't all fly this thing at the same time. Crabbing nicely, probably because we are now approaching the end. Yeah. So somewhere around here is a factory that isn't a factory. And that wind is a bit of a killer now, actually. It is steaming along, pushing me out of trim. It's a bit of a fight, but it's just with 120 knots airspeed as well. If we've got a 30 knot tailwind, We are ripping along for a Huey. This is like Augusta 109 sort of speed. Yeah, we've got a bridge and the river. I need to do this in a couple of parts then. With the centre stick, so let's do trim number 1. Let it go, stable, good. Trim number 2, very good. So then you should come back to VY. I should probably have researched what VY is. So VY is your best power speed. It's your most efficient speed, so this one you're going to use the least power. So it's where you've got the most power available. You probably want to be a little bit above that, or certainly you would tell someone with a student to fly slightly above it. If your VY is 50 knots, tell them to fly at 60 or 55. Because that way, you know, if they do get a little bit accidentally slow, you're not slow into the sort of VRS territories that you need to be worrying about. And let's do the orbit. This is a factory, look at it go. It's like Chernobyl. Chernobyl. Good. That should have been all done at 60 knots, but there we are, 70. Why not? Like a professional. I will research what VY is in the Huey at some point. Work out the old AFM. But until then, who cares? So we've got our site survey. Looking for all the S's, size, shape, slope, all that good stuff. Anything shaded? No, whole bloody thing's in the shade because of the weather. Fly downwind, bring ourselves back to a nice line. There's a train coming in now. It's a good map for its time. I know it's had updates since. It needs a full ground up rebuild. There we go, look. Moving trains in the rail yard. And a nice little approach basically straight into wind down here. That's what we like. This is what we're going to like. No trees. Nice, quite clear approach path. Ball in the middle. Trim for that. Yeah. Constant relative ground speed. Probably a little bit fast. About this is what we want, so naturally you start getting close to the ground and slower. It looks out the window between your feet, bottom right there, that you are doing the same speed. Obviously if you get higher up the world goes by a bit slower, but it looks like it, so you can go faster to achieve the same speed. And there we go, went from 232 at 4 meters per second. Well, isn't that? And we land at the back 3/4 of a pad, because it's the safest point. And then we wait to touch it down. Ah, oh, beauty. Let's roll forward to idle, just because. Yeah, kill the low RPM horn. Go into flashy lighty. Good. Pop the doors. That's not pop the doors. It's just don't get too into it, do we? Cargo. Now we're going to do some cargo. It's going to be awkward, isn't it? Transport. Internal. Oh. Oh, hello. Here we go. Right, F10. F8, sorry. Rearm refuel. I can rearm refuel here, but not there. God. That's only 15% trying that. Black Knight 334. Thank you, very nice. Should hope so. It'd be somewhat embarrassing, like the heli pilot with that heli chap as his handler, just like absolutely gashing up at landing in something space because the Huey.
But in my defence, I've got no pedals. I'm on an X56 twist grip, which is trying to kill me at every opportunity, so can't complain. What we on? Let's kick ourselves up. Let's take fuel while we've got it, 20%. That's going to give us, in fact, you guys probably can't even see that, 6283 or 9504. So if we take, we're going to get £3,000 with a bit of overhead. So if we set up for, oh, okay, well, let's get £3,000 anyway. F6 for transport, internal. Oh, it's not the kilograms. I should know what it is, but I don't. It's like 2.4 pounds per kilo. I'm going to very embarrassingly conclude. It's been too long and I don't speak Roman Catholic. 3,000 kg. I'll edit this out in the last one, or whatever it is. Yes, it's not going to be 3 tons, is it, in a Huey? 1.3 tons. 1,360. Okay, let's load 1,000 in here. F5. 1,000. Oh, there you go. We did load it as well. Now, very heavy on the skids to kind of spread it. Oh, the skids are compressed, they are now. We can get probably 250 underslung. For those of you on YouTube or on Twitch, check out the YouTube. So I have an experience of sling loading in the Huey. Again, like other people have said in the chat, they've kind of never really bothered getting into the helicopters because it was too difficult. I was the same with air-to-air refueling and the underslung stuff. But the underslung is still far too difficult in DCS. However, I'm going to give it a bash. If you want a preview of what it's like, drift over to my YouTube, just look for my videos and look for the Huey sling load rejection video. What happened last time? Let's go for it. Why the devil not? Oh, I can only take a 500 kilo crate. That might still be okay, but I'll be against the limits, and I want power in reserve. It's another £1,000, 500 kilos. It is roughly double, I think, off the top of my head. I always thought it was like 2.4, but it's not. It's just basically fag packet maths is double. And we have now F8. 1. Oh, it hasn't accounted for that. Okay, so that's 3,689,255. Okay, no, I'm not taking that. That's like 4 times away. Phew, right, I've saved myself embarrassment trying to sling load something in this. But if you do want a preview of what sling loading looks like in the Huey and DCS when you try and sling load something that's too heavy for you, drift over just to my YouTube videos. It's not my first proper DCS video. But it's quite spectacular, the bug that it causes. Right, we are cleared or secure. Yes. Let's go. Roll them up. We're in the green. Governor's got hold. Check. Audio horns on. Good. Right. Heavy boy. And basically it's back up the river. Ring might have got his pestering me in the messages to take it, and that's what I'm doing. I know. Oh, still nothing. Oh, there you go. Getting on a little bit. This might be a chance to demonstrate a low power takeoff. Here we go. Oxygen. I've cleared the pad at the back. I'm content to go straight out. Although, should we do it by the book? Yeah, let's go left. With the weak pedal, always turn into your weak pedal.
so the aircraft doesn't run away with you. That's how a lot of people crash Cabris, particularly fenestrated aircraft. Stuff like Robinson's and probably the Huey with a conventional tail rotor, so it's not as bad, but it's still a consideration. And happy with that, so let's just roll away. Gonna stay nice and low here, more traditional takeoff. Obviously, just better than that. Up and into wind, let's get that to 15 on. Speed on for VY. Let's get that power as good as we can, but you can see the performance is absolutely tanked. This we're almost at Enma-tow. £9,500 LBs. Nice. And we're essentially heading northeast. In fact, we had power lines, didn't we? They were easier to follow. Where did they go? Over there. Should be going somewhere between north and west, about 300-ish. Heading 300. Oh, server restart in 10 minutes. Can you make it before the server restart? This is it. The time pressure is on. Rip that collective. All the torques just under the red lines, and I'm just under the yellow on the gas producer. No correction on the exhaust. The EGT. Let's bomb along here then. Vietnam style. I can't play Fortunate Son for you, it'll get copyrighted, but put it on yourself if you are watching. Although I do have it in Arma 3 as a... I've got it in Arma 3 for the Vietnam servers as a sound bite. But because it's so long and it's so small, the file it accepts for the server kind of audio sound bites on the radio, these sound clips. It's in like 10 parts, and even then they're too big for files. I've got some slightly questionable other ones on there just for shouting at people and some dank meme noises. So it's like playing Prop Hunt instead. I'm playing Gmod Prop Hunt. But I'm ripping along 115, watching that talk. This one goes slightly further north, doesn't it? This power line. Yeah, it does. It's like following the ferry to Zeebrugge. There you go. I had to think I was looking at the wrong site picture there for where I wanted to be. But that's fine. Do I trust the bridge to go under it? No. Just in case there's a solid object after all that. Wasted. That's the forest fire in the distance, it was to the left of that. Let's rip along, going too fast for our own ground effect now, but yeah, it could kick up some retrospective dust. Retrospective dust, that sounds like a... God, that sounds like a British indie band from Manchester, doesn't it? Retrospective dust. Hello, we're retrospective dust. This is our album. I don't like cheese on Tuesdays. Anyway, I can tell it's late. Chat shit now, won't I? Oi oi, that's a treat. And that's a bigger treat than I thought it was. The speed. This isn't an EASA or ICAO approved tactic of rushing back. I've got a wind with me on this side as well. So actually, yes, 120 knots, but we've also got a bit of a crossy tailwind going on there. Just about to turn into it a bit more. It's just to the left of all that smoke up there. Doo-doo. Is it somewhere over there, isn't it? Yeah, look at it go. Ripping along. Let's check that trim. That trim looks a bit sus, doesn't it? Yeah. We've gone balls out. Watch the power here. Power draw 90. And in this case, because we're actually pushing into wind, I am on full left pedal and I still can't get it trimmed, so that's a sign that we are flying too fast, basically. So we need to reduce the amount of power to lower collective slightly, and instead we can then divert that power to 5 minutes. Come on. Is this going to do what my F-18 carrier landing was and crap out with like 50 feet to go? So yeah, if you need more power in the torque rotor, because it all comes from the same engine, so if the engine's running out of power, let's just reduce collective and give the power to the tail rotor instead. That's probably a way more efficient way of doing this, but got fixated on the forest fire again. Come on, go faster! I've got a master caution light, and I'm not going to acknowledge it any more than that. I suspect it's fuel. I slightly hope it's fuel. 20 minutes of fuel. That's alright, we've got 5 minutes of server, so. But that's fine, I wanted the minimum amount of fuel. But then we could of course go and talk about the legal minimum amount of fuel, and that is a video all of its own, which will probably come with Microsoft Flight Simulator in November rather than now, DCS. But we can go through all that stuff. Need to be on minimum fuel calculations for VFR, IFR, hostile terrain. Your sort of 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10%, all that jazz. Oh, here comes the rain again. I didn't notice it stopped raining, it's just so grey. Come on! Have I only gotten that far? Please! We're going into wind now as well, for God's sake. So it looks like I'm going fast, but my ground speed is potato. But this is the world's least exciting race. Please just go faster, I can't rip any more collective. Because I'm very heavy. Come on! Is this even a hospital? Oh god, yes it is. Okay. Let's go between these trees. Hostile environment. Should have added another 10% fuel. Between the skids, yes. Chopping trees with the rotors. I've seen someone does that. Robinson R22 at Nottingham Heliport in the UK. And I'm watching knows where that is. It's a heavy moment with a student on landing. Tail rotor hits a tree, chops a load of branches off, and they just land it again. The aircraft was fine, as were they, but can happen if you miscalculate. Come on, don't do it, don't do it. I'm just going to go straight in. How long have I got? It must be close to 5 minutes. Don't restart. Well, this will be like the second time in as many videos that I get absolutely bummed out by server restarts or fuel. The other one was running out of fuel, literally like 50 feet from the deck, on a carrier landing. We're already into wind, got clearance, it's a managed pad, so that's what I'm telling myself anyway. Escape options right. Keep that side picture the same, speed coming off, constant relative ground speed. Keep 40 knots on. Commercial landing with a bit of a quick stop at the end. It's actually a bit of a crosswind here. Takes you downtown. Land by the chap with the big bunker. We pedal power into wind. Touchdown, motherfucker! Oh, almost a 0-0. Yes! Woo 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 woo! Done it. Just as is that? Oh, that was a jerk. Is that server restart? There's time to restart. Where did that go? F10. Be the closest bases. 980 kilos. Yay! So it's already burned 320. Ah, man. There you go. Got there just in time. Server restart any minute now. Whip that down. Audio horn. Can I get fuel here? I don't think I can. It's just not letting it get fuel. Let's get 25%. Request refueling. Oh, it's doing it here. Can't rearm, but it is refueling. Maybe that's because maybe I was too far away from this guy. So it's what, 100 meters the support radius? So maybe I was on a pad that's too far away. Either way, landing light come off. So flashing, and then adjust Winnie, and there it goes. Server restart. Boom. Time to spare. Oh yeah. That in the UK is 12:30. So I do believe it's going to be some sort of bedtime for me. A nice round finish. Cool. Let's make that out. Oh, look at that. It's almost professional. Oh, shit, but it's fine. We'll talk about that. Cool. Well, thank you to everyone who watched. It's been a pleasure entertaining you all. But if you enjoyed yourselves, by all means, leave comments, and if you do feel like it, like likes and follows and all that stuff as well. But I think the most important thing at this stage is comments, just any feedback, stuff you want to see. I'll be trying to do more formal flight deck to sim or A320 sim pilot style instructional helicopter videos when we get decent helicopters in Microsoft Flight Simulator or something. But for now, I'm just going to do a bit of this variety stuff to get used to my setup and get used to the whole streaming malarkey. Thanks for sticking around there. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate you all watching. Look after yourselves wherever you are in the world. Stay excellent to each other. And all the best. Good night. It's that Heli Chat out.